How did we get the name Grace Avenue? Well, in the spring of 1999, we didn't have a name. We were simply called New Church West Frisco. But we had a design team, a wonderful group of about 10 people that came together on a regular basis to talk about the values of our new church and some of the logistics of our new church. We had a lot of different ideas for a new church name, and nothing really stuck, except all of us liked the name Grace. We felt like that captured our theology and what we wanted our church to become. But there were so many Grace United Methodist churches, and so we thought about what could go with that. And we didn't want something generic like Grace Community or Grace Outreach. And so we just kept praying about it. And then one night we had an informational meeting where dozens of people were gathered, and different people were asked to write down on a piece of paper, what's your vision for the new church? And we always said that the most legible thing that came back that night, maybe it was a sign from God, somebody wrote, I would like this new church to provide an exciting avenue for God to be present. And there it was, Grace Avenue. And so we started using that as our name. Now, revisionist history will tell you that we chose Grace Avenue because of search engines. We knew way back then that search engines were going to be a thing. And so if you chose or searched for Grace United Methodist Church, you'd find hundreds of entries. But if you ever look for Grace Avenue United Methodist Church, Grace Avenue is always at the top. Well, from there we started using that name in a variety of different ways, and it became very much a part of who we are. We decided too that it was important to remember that Grace Avenue was not a location, but it was a way of life. When we didn't have a building, when we weren't on a street, that made a lot of sense. And today it still makes sense, I think. Grace Avenue is not just a location. It is a way of life. You know, we can choose every week to live in a different place. We can choose to live in despair. We can choose to live on the pathway of anxiety. But God is always beckoning us back to Grace Avenue. And so still today, 25 years later, we celebrate that we are Grace Avenue United Methodist Church.